Hey Canada, hey Air Miles collectors, Bob Bloomer here in my very own home kitchen, and I'm so excited to welcome you to You Can Cook It. And what is You Can Cook It? It's a virtual cooking competition. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna have a little cook-off between Canadian singer and Calgary resident, Kaisa, and Fortnite host, Tara Sloan. How great is this? This is going to be fantastic. They're going to be battling it out in their own respective kitchens. We're going to find out where they are. They're going to be battling out to make my mushroom ravioli with a hazelnut brown butter sauce. And we're going to see which one of them can come out on top. This is going to be super fun. I've never really done anything like this where people are cooking in their own kitchens or in borrowed kitchens, as the case may be, but we'll find that out, and making my recipe. So this is super fun. I'm sure I'm going to pick up all sorts of tips, and I hope you guys will too. You know, 2020 has been, well, it's been a bear of a year. Let's just all face it. We know that, right? It's been a hard year for everybody. And that's why Air Miles is embracing this last month with their That's a Wrap campaign. And what we're doing is we're having this little competition, and you're going to have a chance to win one of 5 prizes of a $100 gift certificate from Sobeys. And as if that wasn't enough, a copy of my brand new cookbook, Flavor Bomb. And you're going to get 1 entry for each comment that you make on the Facebook page. All right. And then from all the comments, we will draw 5 lucky winners. I mean, that sounds pretty easy, doesn't it? We've got the easy job because Kaisa and Tara have to do all the cooking. So here's how it's going to work. The participants are going to have 30 minutes, although we're not really going to watch it on the clock. We'll give them the time they need to finish it up. And together we're going to watch their techniques, or lack thereof, as the case may be. We'll find out. And you're free to ask any questions you want. Put them up. Hit me up on the chat. On the Facebook chat, and I will either answer the questions myself or forward them to Kaisa or Tara, as the case may be. So I think we want to start and introduce our contestants. First up, are you from Toronto, Tara?
Well, I mean, I live here. I live in Toronto. I've been everywhere. Yeah, I'm in Toronto now.
And what kitchen are you cooking in right now?
So I am in my house in Toronto. You don't want to see behind the camera because it's an absolute disaster. It does not normally look like this, but I tried to set it up as much as I could to kind of get the sense of what we're doing here today. So there are some variables in this house right now. There is a cat. There is an 11-year-old. You don't know what's going to happen. Lots of equipment on various tables and books. So who knows? But this is really fun. And I just want to say I'm a huge Kaisa fan. So I'm going to vote for Kaisa.
It's a big love fest. And already people are writing in, someone from Stratford, someone from Fredericton, someone from Alberta. So we've got the whole country watching right now, and people are already angling to win these gift cards. So this is going to be super fun. Just tell me before we go on, do you have any special meals planned for the holidays?
Me?
Yeah.
You know what? I do. I tend to stay away from turkey. I'm not like turkey averse, but there are meats I prefer. So I am going to do a giant roast. And other than that, I plan on a little bit of moderate gluttony. I have some nice red wine standing by, and yeah, I'm going to take it easy and eat well.
Sweet. Kaisa, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I hope.
And where are you coming to us from? Where are you beaming in from?
I'm a nomad right now because I was supposed to be back in Toronto, but now I'm not. My guys got booked for some Deadmau5 shows that are on New Year's, so I'm like staying back and waiting for those. So I'm at my friend's kitchen right now, but it's a new house without furniture and somewhat lacking in cooking supplies. I got some stuff. I'm an amateur cook, but I do have a good sense of like flavor. So I'm excited. But I'm in Los Angeles, in West Hollywood.
Very nice. Well, we can open our windows after and shout out to each other.
Oh yeah. Are you in West Hollywood?
I'm under the D of the Hollywood sign.
Nice. Cool. Well, I can get more cooking.
In fact, perhaps you can send your dish over and I can have a taste of it myself. Judge it
Wait
back.
a minute. That is a very unfair advantage.
Okay, well, something tells me it may not happen. Okay, so here's the deal. As I mentioned, you guys both have 30 minutes to make my mushroom ravioli with a brown butter sauce, a hazelnut brown butter sauce. And I've made things easier by providing a super easy hack to help you avoid making the pasta from scratch. And you can talk about that after. But don't hesitate to add your own variations, your own twists, your own whatever. You know, there are no rules here. You're welcome to sway the judges by singing, by dancing, whatever you want to do. And in the end, we're going to ask all the viewers to go to the Air Miles Instagram and Facebook pages where you can vote on whose dish you think is the best and is the deserving winner. And then tomorrow, I'll be revealing my favorites on those same platforms. So, you guys all ready?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, we're gonna start the imaginary clock. We're gonna stick to 30 minutes as well as we can, but we'll stop the clock if we have anything special to talk about or anything else we want to do. So, on your marks, grab your knives, and let's get set and go.
Okay. So
you know where you're supposed to go? Are you waiting for my instructions?
yeah. Okay, so I guess we got to deal with the mushrooms, right?
All right. So while you guys get started, I'll explain to the audience what you're doing. This is a recipe from my new book, and it's a mushroom ravioli with a hazelnut brown butter. So essentially, both of our competitors will be sautéing some mushrooms, adding all sorts of flavors, garlic, shallot. They might even do a little flambeing and add some cognac. Then they're going to chill the mushrooms down for a few minutes and then mix it with some goat cheese, stuff it into a couple of wonton wrappers, which is my hack for avoiding making pasta for your ravioli. And then as they're boiling the ravioli, they're going to make a quick brown butter that they're going to spoon over top. And that butter is going to be infused with garlic and fresh herbs. And I think they're going to add some hazelnuts to it, which will also crisp up. And you're going to get these beautiful little nuggets of flavor. And it's all going to end up being this fabulous flavor bomb or a big disaster. Who knows? So, guys, what's happening in there? You're a little bit out of camera, so it's hard for us to see what you're doing, which maybe is a good thing.
Is that right? I'm getting chopping mushrooms. Is that right?
Yeah, that sounds great.
How finely do you want them chopped?
That's totally up to you. But you have to remember that you have to ultimately be able to mix them with the goat cheese and squeeze them into the size of a ravioli. So you don't want any big, huge pieces of mushroom or it would be difficult.
Wait,
Is that a big, huge piece of a mushroom?
No, that's good. Then the mushrooms will shrink and soften up
Right.
sauteing them.
so I'm chopping.
Okay.
Well, look at this. We've got Tara, we've got Tony, we've got Trisha. It's the T's. They're all the T's are hanging out together. Maureen Liz, apparently it's in my cookbook, which is lovely. Tara, what are you doing now?
All right, I am down to my last mushroom. So I guess it is time to get a pan out and start getting some butter in there and getting the mushroom sauteing. I think that's the deal.
It's a good way to get to the end before the time runs out.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
I'm late on the shallot.
I don't know how many mushrooms. How many mushrooms do I need?
You don't have any mushrooms for your mushroom ravioli?
Wait, how many do I need again?
How many mushrooms? Yeah. As many mushrooms as you want, but ultimately you're just making 2 ravioli. So one good handful of mushrooms will do well.
Okay, cool.
And the fewer mushrooms you have, the faster they will cook and the quicker you can move on.
Okay.
Oh. All right.
Oh, pressure.
Oh my God, I know.
I'm a huge
Hey, so, Tara, I heard a rumor that you're hosting the Andy Kim Christmas special that's presented by Air Miles. Is this true?
It is absolutely true.
And have you taped it already, or is that something that's about to happen?
No, everything has been recorded in various places. The majority of the show was shot at the legendary Elma Combo in Toronto, which is a club that has been there since the beginning of time and has hosted everybody from the Rolling Stones to Blondie to the Ramones to Lou Reed. Like literally everybody has played there. It was in danger of being shut down, but somebody bought it and has refurbished it. So the Andy Kim Christmas show has been happening for 16 years, and this is the first time that it's going to be broadcast on television. And it's going to be a stunning show. Buffy St. Marie.
All right, you got to learn how to multitask. While you talk.
Oh, yeah.
While you talk.
Okay. All right, butter.
Okay, my pan.
Okay.
Kaiser, where are you there?
I got some butter. I got some mushrooms. There's not much room in the pan, if you know what I mean.
Or there is now. So here's a little pro tip. Put your garlic and your shallots in, like put the mushrooms in with them, because if you put them in too early or you leave them for too long before you add the mushrooms, by the time the mushrooms are cooked, they're going to blacken and get a little bit bitter.
Oh,
So you want to be careful of that.
my shallot?
Yeah.
Got it.
So did you say everything at the same time?
Well, give the butter and give the shallots and the garlic just a tiny head start.
Okay.
I did the wrong way. I did the opposite.
Oh, somebody asked when the Andy Kim special is, and it's December 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern time.
It's 8 p.m. local time. So if you have City TV, it's it's time shifted. So 8 o'clock on Saturday, 8 p.m. It's 2 hours of like insanely good artists, and all for a good cause.
Fantastic. Can you actually keep chopping and remember who the artists are?
Oh my God. Well, there are so many. Let me off the top of my head. Ron Sexsmith, City in Color, Sarah McLachlan, Julie Black, Cardinal Official, Buffy St. Marie, William Prince. Did I say William Prince already? Who am I missing? Sam Roberts Band, Serena Ryder. I mean, it's crazy. And that's Broken Social Scene.
Nice.
Like it's a great lineup. And of course, Andy Kim always plays. He's got a killer band. I host it with Tracy Moore from City Lion, and it was an absolute joy to spend time with them.
Wow. Super cool. Hey, for anybody who's just tuning in right now, you're watching You Can Cook It with Kaiser and Tara Sloan facing off against each other in different parts of the continent, making a recipe for my new cookbook, Flavor Bomb, which is a mushroom ravioli with that hazelnut brown butter sauce.
I hope that I'm adding a little water because it's like
nice. It's good to add water, and then if you put a lid on it, the water will steam and soften the mushrooms up and expedite the whole process.
Huh. Well,
if you don't have a lid, just use a plate.
Note for future. Really?
Or a small sheet pan. There you go.
There you go. Plate won't crack in such a.
Well, if it does, it does.
It's in the crusade.
Don't use your best china. Look at all these people tuning in. Linda King can smell it from there.
Honestly, super good.
Renee just asked if the recipe is online. The recipe will be up online. And also, as of tomorrow, my own demonstration, I did a little video demo for this recipe, and that will be up as well online so that you can see me make it. Although I'm sure Tara and Kaiser are going to do a much better job of making this dish than I will.
I don't know about that.
See, people are commenting that you're being innovative already. They like that with the lids.
Who's being innovative?
Sorry?
Who's being innovative?
Well, that was Tara for using a plate instead of a lid, but we know you're going to be innovative as well.
Innovative at your suggestion, so.
Well, I did
okay.
Case.
I am almost ready to flambe, so
okay.
I'm going to need some guidance here because I actually have never done this before.
Sure. Well, I have the very first question I need to ask you is your stove a gas stove or an electric stove?
It is an electric stove.
Okay. So if you there's two ways to approach flambeing, and the stove makes all the difference. So what happens is when you flambe, you pour in 1 to 2 ounces of booze. In this case, maybe some cognac would be great, or any kind of brandy.
Yeah.
Then you want to heat the alcohol up, and after that happens, you want to light it. But and then it just explodes with a giant flame, like you've seen on the Food Network. But if you're cooking on a gas stove, as the alcohol lights up, it can start to spatter, and those spatters can actually ignite the whole pan. So if you are cooking on a gas stove, you're best to move the pan away from the flame and add the alcohol, and that way you won't burn your eyelashes off.
So do I need this? Is what you're saying? Like I'm actually going to literally
match. Oh yes, that's perfect.
A barbecue lighter.
So yes, because if you have an electric stove, there's no possibility of that happening. You need to pour the booze in, let it heat up, reduce a tiny bit, and then light it. But do stand back, especially Kaisa. You're going to have to stand back extra far because you've got that much more hair.
Oh God, I'm going to put mine in there.
You did see the Michael Jackson video, didn't you, Kaisa?
Yeah.
Okay. Warren is forearmed.
Okay, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to put a little bit in.
Oh no, the one we
Okay. Just a dash.
Well, you can give it 2 dashes.
Okay. 1 dash, 2 dashes.
Yep. Now let it let the alcohol begin to sip. Oh, a few of the collectors who are typing in are a little nervous on your behalf.
Thank you. Me too.
Is it starting to sizzle?
Yep.
Okay, so let's light it, but stand back. Light it with your. Oh, are you getting a spark?
Yep. Not boozy enough.
Pour some more booze in. Barbara Nita wants to know if you can skip the cognac. Of course you can. Yeah, that's just an added layer of flavor that if you want to try and add it, you can.
All right.
Okay. Oh. Okay, wait. So I'm putting.
I think I just totally I screwed this.
Could you have a match or a lighter? Just be careful if you've got too much booze in there. If you do get a spark, it's going to light it up.
Okay, I'm adding I'm adding this.
Is that a gas stove, Kaisa, or an electric?
Gas stove.
Okay, so just note what I said, right? If you add it, it can actually ignite itself. So don't lean over it.
Okay.
This is a flambe disaster. It did not light.
It's okay. It'll just cook down. Not a problem.
Okay.
You know, half of the flambe thing is just to show off anyway.
Damn, I was really looking forward to the flambe action, though.
Well, watch Kaisa. Let's see how it works with Kaisa.
Yes.
All right, we're watching Kaisa.
Yeah.
Okay, now Kaisa, you want to stand back and tilt the pan. Oh, are you shooting this live as well while you're doing this?
Yes.
Tilt the pan so it touches the flame.
I'm watching her.
How's that working?
I need more booze, I think.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
I guess, right?
Ready? Ah! There you go, it's working!
Did you do it?
Oh my gosh! Woo! Look at me floating! Look at me go!
Yay!
Wow!
Tara, why don't you try heating your pan up a little hotter? You might not have the flame on high enough.
Oh, well, I already took my mushrooms off.
No worries. Okay, so here's another pro tip for you. You don't want to mix your goat cheese in with the hot mushrooms because it's just going to melt into nothing. So put it on a plate, put the mushrooms on a plate, and just stick them in the freezer for about 60 seconds.
You're assuming I have room in my freezer for anything.
Or your refrigerator. Well,
I'll make room.
Just take some of the vodka out of your freezer for a moment, okay?
You don't want to know. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Okay. Okay.
Guys, I think you burned off the back of your shirt there.
I know. Whoops. Okay. I flambe it, so now I have to turn it off, right? And put it in a bowl?
Yes. Put it in a bowl or on a plate, and then put it in the freezer for 60 to 90 seconds just to chill it down.
Okay.
You guys are both, I'm very impressed with how you're doing, by the way. Considering it's your first time to make these recipes, or this recipe.
I'm impressed that Kaisa got a flambe going, so I don't know. I feel like you get bonus points for that. I have a question. Looking ahead, since I'm waiting for my mushrooms to cool. So I have hazelnuts, but they are in the shell.
Right. So you're going to need to crack those shells.
And I don't have a nutcracker.
All right. Well, what can we use? Do you have a cast iron pan?
Hammer.
I do have a cast iron pan.
You have a hammer?
Hammer.
I have a hammer. I have all of the above.
Whatever it takes. You know what you might do is, let's start with a hammer, but put them in if you have a Ziploc bag, that will keep them from flying around the room.
Smart. Okay. Going just over here.
Not my first picnic, nor this is my first Air Miles virtual can you cook it cook-off, but it's not my first picnic.
Should I?
All right.
Sorry, Kaiser, what did you say?
In the bag. Oh, can you hear me?
I barely.
Can you hear me?
Now? Can you hear me now?
Should I hammer my cashews in the bag? Like, should I smash them up?
Sure, that's a good idea.
Okay. Okay, so this should be interesting.
Sure, this should be really fun. First you tried to light the place on fire. Now you're going to break it down.
All right. Well, let's just see what I'm doing here.
By the way, if the roles were reversed and I was trying to think or trying to call a sports game or comment on a sports game, I would be more lost than you guys are right now. So you're doing well. You're both doing very well. This is like simultaneous nutcrackers. I love it. It's the nutcrackers for the holiday season. How perfect is that?
Except now I have to like sift through this and try to dig out actual like whatever you call it. So okay.
So collectors, remember you get one entry for every question that you have, or for every vote. Actually, we'll just clarify that. Yeah, keep your comments and questions coming in, and that's going to help enter you in this competition to win one of 5 $100 gift certificates from Sobeys and a copy of my brand new cookbook, Flambe. And if you just joined us, this is Can You Cook It? Can you cook it? Can you smash it? Can you burn it? Can you burn the kitchen down? That's what it's going to be called next time. With Tara Sloan and singer Kaisa.
Hello.
There is a 100% chance that I'm going to have hazelnut shell in my ravioli. So.
Okay, so I'm adding goat cheese, I think, to the bowl.
Let's do it. So you're going to mix a little bit, maybe 1/3 goat cheese to the amount of mushrooms that you have. Tara, what are you doing there? Oh, you're trying
I'm just picking out my hazelnuts. It's only that much.
That's all you need. That's fine.
Really? For real?
If you have that much hazelnut meat, then more hazelnut shells.
All right, I can smash more. I mean, it was
You're good.
therapeutic. Okay.
My cashews yet? Should I throw?
Are those cashews or hazelnuts, Sarah?
Mine?
I'm sorry, Kaisa, are those cashews or hazelnuts?
Cashews.
Really interesting. Your shopper has decided to take this into their own hands and changes the recipe up, which could give you an advantage. You never know.
Okay, yeah, this is what they gave me. But I could try hazelnut next time. Wait, so how much did I put in again? How many hazelnuts Or how much cashew do I put in?
About that much. Just a palmful. Oh, that is a nice question. Just serve a green salad on the side. Yeah, that's a great idea. A nice, because this is such a rich dish, because we're going to make a butter sauce that's going to go on top of this, which is we have butter sauce on top of a goat cheese and mushroom ravioli. So a bright salad with like a very acidic dressing, a racy dressing would be a fantastic accompaniment for this.
So do I just go at this with my hands, or should I use a spoon?
Get in there with both hands.
All right. All right. That feels good.
Some of these comments. So there's so many people commenting on this, and you're getting so many compliments for the way you guys are handling everything in the kitchen. Everybody thinks you're doing a fantastic job.
Aw, thanks, people.
Okay.
Samantha loves hazelnuts. Right, these comments are coming in so quickly that I'm having a hard time even trying to read them, because Anita's getting hungry. Calla Cooper has already gone before I can read what she said. Muscles hate. Oh, somebody thinks that that your cashew twist to my recipe is actually going to up the ante on it. That's pretty cool.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I'm adding parsley.
Whoa! Let's go crazy on the parsley.
I also added parsley, to be clear.
I'm struggling not to eat this already.
This is so much fun watching the two of you do this, and to know that I'm watching you in like different parts of the continent is even more exciting.
All right, so I've smushed my concoction. Kaisa, have you?
Yeah, kind of.
So
Food.
how many raviolis are we making?
We're gonna make two. So
Two?
what you want to do is now take your hands and roll the ravioli. Roll the mushroom and goat cheese into a ball that's about the size of a golf ball. So Tara, you should be able to relate to that.
It's not my sport, but yes, absolutely.
Kaisa, just imagine the top of a microphone. It'd be about that size.
Nice.
Okay, do you guys want me to do a quick little demo and show you how to fill the ravioli?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to pick my computer up. I'm going to move it into my kitchen. Give you a little tour of my kitchen. These are some of my favorite things in my kitchen, my little collection of mascots. And my Smashing Pumpkins poster.
Sweet.
Zoom around. And anyway, so I'm going to put the computer down. And there we go. Perfect. So here's what we're going to do. I have my own mushroom and goat cheese mixture here. I have so these are wonton wrappers. And by the by, the reason that we're using wonton wrappers is because they're made from the exact same ingredients, practically, that pasta's made from. Pasta's made from flour and water and sometimes some egg. And wonton wrappers are flour and water. So we're kind of like 99% of the way there, but with 1% of the effort, because we're just buying these wonton wrappers. And then another beautiful thing is when you make ravioli, and you roll out your pasta, the pasta it's quite thick. And so often when you stuff your ravioli between these two layers of pasta, the pasta can hijack the flavor of the stuffing, because there's like the ratio of pasta to stuffing is quite high. But with these wonton wrappers, they're so thin that you end up tasting a lot more of the filling, which for me is more, that I find that more interesting. So here we go. Back to the table. So I have my first wonton wrapper here, and I'm going to take, as I said, about a golf ball size amount of the mushroom. And you see I've got parsley too, Tara. So the mushroom and the goat cheese and the garlic and the shallot and the parsley. And now I'm taking some water, because water is the glue of wonton wrappers. Some people like to use egg, but it's not necessary. All you need to do is take some water, trace it around the outside of the wonton wrapper like that. And now you're going to take a second wonton wrapper and we're going to put it over the goat cheese mushroom and use our fingers like this, our hands like this, just to form it around. And then the very last thing you want to do is you want to take a fork and use the tines of the fork to press down and essentially just bind or fuse the top layer with the bottom layer of wonton wrappers. That make sense?
Yes. Bob, is it better if the water is warm or does it matter?
You know, I've never thought about that, but I would say, yes, it's probably better if it's warm. And you see here what I'm doing, the water essentially, it really sort of fuses it. And I'm just tracing my finger around like that and pressing down. And if, by the way, if you get a little tear in the wonton wrapper, in either the top or the bottom wrapper, you can take just a little piece of wonton like this and just dip it in the water. And let's just say you had a tear in the front right here. And you just put this on and it's like a wonton Band-Aid. And it was just fused. And then just while I'm here, for the last thing, I'm just going to show you to take this off because it's going to stick to your surface. Just take a knife like that, run it underneath, and there is your ravioli. Good to go. So if you guys can make 2 of these, that would be awesome.
I've a little bit overstuffed mine, I fear.
Overstuffing is good, and sometimes, as long as you can get the wrapper around it,
right?
It's not a bad thing. In fact, sometimes I will serve these as an appetizer, and I'll just serve one.
Right.
Okay.
Kimberly is our collector. Kimberly is commenting that the wonton wrappers really make this easy, and it's so true. You know, it's maybe 10 minutes to make your stuffing. And then you've got your wrappers, and then you drop it in boiling water, make a little bit of a brown butter sauce, and dinner's on the table.
Okay.
Kaisa, how you doing there?
Great, I have.
Very impressive. You guys are doing such a great job. I'm so impressed.
Thank you.
Food is, it's worth the effort.
Okay, so here's a pro tip to streamline things. Both of you should take a break and take a frying pan and add some water to it. Actually, fill it with water and put it on the stove right now.
Okay.
And the reason we're using a frying pan instead of a bowl to make the ravioli is you don't want the ravioli to touch when. And also, you might want to put a lid on it just to help speed up the process of it boiling.
All right, I will find a lid.
Or a sheet pan. Just drop a sheet pan on top of it.
Okay.
So you don't want the raviolis to touch in the water because they can stick together. And you want to avoid that. And for anybody watching at home who wonders if you can make these in advance, you can make the ravioli in advance. Put them on a plate, put a damp dish towel over top, and put them in the refrigerator. And you could do that earlier in the day and then just drop them into the water. Or you can even freeze them and then just take them straight out of the freezer and drop them into boiling water.
Cool. Okay, I overstuffed my second one, but I think it's going good.
That's all right.
They kind of look like...
You glitched out there. It looks like what?
Kind of look like little UFOs. Like
Yes, they do. You could round off the corners, and then they would be perfect UFOs. It's funny. I'm looking at the Air Miles logo on the screen and thinking of UFOs sort of spinning in the air with the Air Miles airplane.
That's amazing.
So if anyone is just tuning in, you're watching Air Miles, You Can Cook It. And this is a little bit of a culinary throwdown with singer Kaisa and Sportsnet host Tara Sloan. And if you want to send in your comments, make comments, you can be entered to win one of 5 Sobeys $100 gift cards, as well as a copy of my new cookbook, Flambe. Super easy peasy.
Ooh. Oh, I might need a wonton Band-Aid. Oh, maybe. All right.
Okay. As you guys finish those, I want you to start to and you've got your water boiling. I want you to start to think about your brown butter. So, do you both have a small pan or a small pot? Excellent. So, to that pot, you'll want to add your butter, maybe a half a stick of butter, your garlic, your herbs. I think we have fresh thyme, and your nuts. And what's going to happen here is that as the butter melts, it's going to turn brown. And when it turns brown, it gets really nice and nutty. But at the same time that the butter is melting and turning brown, the garlic and the fresh thyme is going to infuse the butter and give it all that beautiful flavor. And the hazelnuts are going to crisp up. They're going to sort of roast in the hot butter. And even the garlic is going to crisp up. And so you're going to have these beautiful nugget flavor and texture along with this glorious brown butter that's infused with the garlic and the thyme. So you're getting an awful lot of mileage out of a minimal amount of sugar. I say that. It's easy for me to say because you're both doing all the hard work. Carrie, you're still smiling there. And actually, Isa, you're smiling too. This is a good
fun.
Time. Having a good time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's also fun to like have the challenge of doing something completely out of my comfort zone. I like it.
Well, I'm impressed with your calm, cool, collective.
Well, I didn't burn anything down yet. Should we actually, you said start thinking about it, but should we really be starting to execute that thought?
The brown butter is going to take about 7 minutes.
Okay.
Over a medium heat. Sorry, not medium high, medium low heat. Okay. Wow, Captain Clark is getting hungry.
All right, my water's starting to boil, so that's a good sign.
Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, butter. Is this, do I need to chop these any further? They did get pretty smashed. Do you see them?
It's hard for me to see, but they look great.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm doing any of this right.
Doesn't matter. You know, here's the beautiful thing about cooking versus baking. This kind of cooking is very forgiving. And also you're adding your own style and your own touch, for better or for worse. But this style it's very forgiving, and if you go, you do a little more of this, a little less of that, it's not going to be like baking a cake where if you do something wrong, the whole thing collapses. So I'm confident that both of these dishes will turn out fabulously.
Okay, butter.
Now, Tara, if I'm not mistaken, you were actually a singer before you became a Sportsnet host. Is that correct?
This is true. Back a long, long time ago, I was the lead singer of a band called Joy Drop. We were in the late 90s and the early 2000s, and put out a couple albums and toured North America a bunch. Never had Kaisa success, but we had some hits, I guess. And yeah, it was a fun run, and I ironically kind of got sick of being on the road, and now I'm on a traveling hockey show. But
it's tough being on the road. Very tough.
It's very tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should pick a song, and can we do a sort of cross-border duet here?
Which song?
Kaisa starts. I know a little bit of every song and not the entirety of any song.
And I will always cook you.
Oh, you're making Dolly Parton proud.
I will always love food. Yeah.
Me too.
Mushrooms.
I think you both deserve bonus cooking points for that.
I'm part of a food pun group.
Really?
5 years. Yeah.
Food pun. What is the prize-winning food pun?
Ooh, I don't know. I could tell you one just for the hell of it.
Oh God. That's like the cutest thing.
I'd love to go on a date, but I'm afraid I can't elope.
Wow. Like, who knows? Do people know that about you, Kaisa?
No, they don't. It's I can read you some of my food group puns.
It's fantastic.
It's called resistance.
Cynthia wants to know if food pun groups are real.
Yeah.
All right, collectors, I want to hear some of your food puns.
Oh my God.
They're also busy writing laugh out loud, but I want to see some of their puns.
Let's see it.
I'm waiting. Let us turn up the beats, Kaisa.
Oh yeah.
Turn up the beats.
Oh yeah, beats. Okay.
Oh, and one of our, the names are going by so fast that I'm having a hard time. But someone who just wanted to know how great this is smelling. It beats me.
Oh, here's.
Go on. The puns are cheesy.
Uh-oh. Kaisa disappeared.
I think that pun took her down, Tara.
She fell into pun.
One pun too many.
I think so. She's gone. All right. So now what do I do?
Have you put the brown butter on?
Yep.
Okay. You want to keep an eye on it because you don't want to let it burn.
Okay.
And when it's starting to get brown and the little bits of garlic and the nuts are starting to brown,
yeah,
then you want to get ready to drop your ravioli in your boiling water.
Okay. Not quite there. Like, I think another minute.
Okay. I'm wondering what's happening to Kaisa.
I think, yeah, she went down the pun rabbit hole and there we left her. I mean, I worked today.
Recovered from those puns.
Did you find some good ones?
It was, oh crap, what have I done? I hope you'll brie all right. Anyways, we all know I'm nacho type.
Is this your pun group?
Yeah. Even though we're together. And then in a Spanish accent, we have accents with our food puns. Juice and me have always been meant for one another. And then it mustard been love.
Oh my Lord.
We could have had a serial relationship. A relationship.
Jesse Yan wants to taco about it.
Let us.
I'm you pun away. I'm dropping my ravioli in.
All right.
You're my beef friend.
All right, Kaisa, you drop the mic. Tara's dropping the ravioli. We both between the two of you, we have this covered, I think.
All right. Ravioli's in. Okay.
Oh.
Ravioli's in. How long?
You are both saucy.
How long does the ravioli stay?
The ravioli stays for about 2 minutes. Think of ravioli. Think of the wonton wrappers as fresh pasta.
Okay.
And so it takes 2-3 minutes to cook. The mushrooms and the goat cheese are already cooked, so to speak. Right. They don't need to be cooked. We need to sort of heat them up, melt the goat cheese a bit, and then you're going to be good to go.
You know what we forgot?
Burning.
Oh my God! Sweet dreams are made of cheese. Who am I to disagree? And then the rest of it went off my screen, unfortunately.
That's a good one.
And someone else, Gail says these are excellent puns. We could just go on all night with these puns, couldn't we?
I've been going for 5 years.
Like Kaisa, who is in your pun group? Like who's in a pun group? I want to know.
Me, my manager, my backline tech person.
That is like the sweetest rock and roll pastime I've ever heard. Way better than mine were
Okay.
back in the day.
And much different from the old days.
Very.
Burnt.
Your what's burnt?
My butter sauce
Is burnt?
feels burnt.
Well, take it off the heat right now. You did.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at it.
Are you sure you want to?
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay. I added time to it.
You know what? It's in a dark pan. No one's even gonna know it's burned if it is burned. Does it smell bitter?
My friends who are gonna eat it will.
Does it smell bitter?
Can I taste it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. You know, you could add a little more butter to the pan if you wanted to.
All right, 2 minutes.
Oh, I have more butter.
Okay, so here's another little pro tip. Take a little bit of the water from your pot, from the water that's boiling, and dip your pasta bowl into it. Sorry, let's back up. Take your pasta bowl, dip it in so you're getting maybe a quarter cup of the hot water, and you'll be able to warm your pasta bowl while you get ready to cook your ravioli. Because there's nothing worse than taking a hot ravioli and putting it in an ice cold bowl.
Yeah.
And then having that bowl suck all the heat out of the ravioli.
Okay.
So, Tara, are you ready to drop the ravioli?
I think so.
Wait,
Okay.
Oh, it's
Kaiser,
done.
you
Yeah.
ready?
I already put my ravioli in.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, mine's done.
Okay. Well, then you want to take it out, put it on the plate.
Okay.
Mine may have fallen apart slightly.
Nancy Wren wants to remind you that it's all about the presentation. So,
Oh God. Well, I've already lost then because it looks a little sad. Sad and droopy. Okay. All right.
is that your bowl, Tara?
Yeah.
I really want to eat. I want it to taste good.
Oh, that's true. You know, this is really interesting because you're going to have to be the arbiter of taste here, and you're going to have to describe the flavors to us since we can't taste it ourselves, which is a bit unconventional for a cooking show for the judges not to be able to taste the food. But that's great because you guys can make up anything you want about how it tastes, which is fantastic.
I will
All
just. Oh, actually, I'm gonna. Hold on. Maybe-
We're really getting down to the wire here. I can see that both of our competitors are about to plate the ravioli, or bowl the ravioli. And Tara, have you put the butter sauce over top?
Yes.
Fantastic. And Kaiser, where are you in this process?
I may have reached my butter sauce. I'm a little behind because I want to do the butter sauce.
No worries.
I am a perfectionist in the kitchen.
As you should be.
Ugh.
And Tara, what are you doing there? Describe for me what you're doing.
As per the recipe specification, I am drizzling with olive oil to finish it.
Very nice.
It's definitely not so neat and tidy, but I mean, it smells amazing and it looks like it will taste good, but I think plating is not my specialty.
That's okay. But what I need you to do is, yes, if you can hold it closer to the camera so that everybody can take a peek at it, maybe even closer. Jeez. It looks pretty beautiful.
Does it?
Yeah.
I think, it's a bit watery. So for future reference, I should maybe let the ravioli just sit in the spoon for a couple seconds before I put in the bowl.
Sure. Or put a little more brown butter on top.
I can do that. I can do that now.
This is a little bit like escargot. At the end of the day, it's all about the brown butter sauce.
Yeah.
Our collectors are very impressed. Very
By the
impressed.
way, I have to remember to take a selfie with this,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah. It's not documented. It didn't actually happen.
If it's not on Instagram, it didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Or Facebook.
All right, I'm getting ready to take my ravioli out.
All right, we're watching. Okay, if anyone's just tuned in now, I'm Bob Bloomer, and I have the pleasure of hosting Air Miles You Can Cook It. And for the last 50 minutes or so, we've watched singer Kaisa and Sportsnet host Sloan battle it out in this battle royale to see who can make this mushroom ravioli with a hazelnut brown butter sauce. And I think both of you have done an amazing job.
This has been super fun.
Kaisa, where are you? Are you just redoing your butter?
Plate my recipe.
Okay, fantastic. Tara, do you want to take a forkful and tell us all what it tastes like?
I do want to do that. Yes. Yes.
Using your most flowery, descriptive terms.
Okay.
Well, just imagine, in all seriousness, the audience isn't there with you to taste. So I'd like to know everything that's going on. You know, one of my pet peeves as a TV host, as a Food Network host, is watching people talk about food and all they say is, this is delicious. Like, delicious doesn't get you anywhere. I mean, it's nice to know it's delicious, but I want to know what you're tasting, what you're feeling, what you're smelling. What is the sensation of eating this?
Wait, I put my butter sauce on. Oh,
All right.
it's
Okay.
so good.
It is delicious. You know what? It's nice. It's actually very delicate.
Mm-hmm.
So I find, I mean, because it's so fresh, it has that sort of delicate pasta. So it feels really soft. Because there are so few ingredients, but each is strong, you actually taste all of them quite individually.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very nice, it's a very nice symphony. So the texture of the mushroom is nice, and then sort of surprising is the goat cheese flavor. It's strong but subtle enough to blend in. And then I didn't get a hazelnut yet, so I'm gonna just kind of make sure my next bite has hazelnut in it. But it's very nice.
Okay.
I do say so myself.
You could have a job as a Food Network host, Tara.
I think, yeah, you just have to like have a thesaurus with you at all times.
Okay, I'm adding my Parmigiano.
Okay. All right. One more.
You know, do you find it rich?
It is, but not prohibitively so.
Right, but that's why I like to serve maybe one or at most two of these, because it's one of these dishes that if you have too many raviolis, it would become overwhelmingly rich. So it's nice to serve a couple of these raviolis and then a beautiful, nice, bright salad.
A bowl full of these would be too much.
Yes.
As tempting as it would be.
Are you ready for my presentation?
Yes,
I want to see. Can I keep eating though?
Noodles.
Can I keep eating?
I actually have a gluten allergy, so I can't eat the ravioli itself, but I brought a taster to describe it.
Okay.
Ooh.
Okay. Hold on, but can I just show you what
It would be kind of fun to watch you, develop some anaphylactic shock. That is gorgeous. You've done a beautiful.
Oh,
very nice.
gorgeous.
I've added a flour. Okay.
The flour that ate the ravioli.
Can you
That's
see?
good, Kaisa.
Gorgeous.
Okay. So here's our taster. He's wearing cowboy chaps. I don't know if you can see
Zachary. Hello.
This is Zach. Okay, wait. Are you ready to describe how delicious my ravioli is?
Absolutely.
Okay, wait. This is
This
Zachary.
looks beautiful. Okay.
All right, Jack, now you have to be honest here.
You have to be super honest.
I need
You know, when I used to eat lots of really dry ribs, and I was when I was hosting my show, World's Weirdest Restaurants, you could see my nose grow longer when I was lying and pretending that I liked them. So it's It's the honesty test.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Wait, there's forks? Yeah. Where's the fork?
Well, Zach, we're watching your nose as you taste this.
Okay.
Where's the fork? Oh, here.
One moment.
I have a spoon.
Perfect. Okay, here we go, everyone.
You can't like say I don't want to lie about my recipe. I want somebody to tell me how good it is.
Well, this texture is
But your
beautiful.
recipe.
This looks and smells amazing.
Was I supposed to put salt on it?
There we go.
Is it
I
good?
forgot to tell you it's hot.
This
Cynthia Dingwell wants to know if there's a gluten-free recipe, and you can actually get gluten-free wonton wrappers.
I love this because when I bite into it, I immediately get so much flavor from the filling, and so I'm not really distracted by anything else. That mushroom is so potent. It's so like powerful, but not too powerful. I just love how creamy it feels. And it just like really just kind of like digests really nicely. I like how soft the texture is. And I'm going in for a second bite because I actually really like it.
Well, Kaiji, that's a pretty good assessment.
So
Are
good
you
it makes me
lying?
dance.
Are you lying?
Not at all.
All right. Well, listen, this has been amazing. You guys have both done an incredible job. There's so many comments about how fantastic this has been, how fantastic your hair is, your apron is, your kids are, your pizzazz, your singing. Everybody has loved every moment of this.
On my way.
This was super fun, Bob. Thank you for this. And
You did a great job. So
and
I want
Kyla,
to thank
too.
Air Miles for letting me be part of Can You Cook It? And big thank you to Kaiser and to Tara. You both look fantastic. And so I'm going to be revealing my pick tomorrow on these same socials. And for all of you collectors, I want you to go to the Facebook page or Instagram to the Air Miles socials and vote for your favorite dish. And this is all going to be revealed. And then also, if you want, you can come back tomorrow and you'll find my recipe with me doing a demo of this on Air Miles' Facebook page if you want to make this yourself at home. Not that you haven't already learned from these two masters. But, if you want to learn how to flambe with a lot of pizzazz, check out the little video that I did. Big thank you to Sobeys for their $100 gift cards. And probably the Penguin Random House for copies of my book, Flavor Bomb. Oh, I guess that was me who provided those, but you're welcome anyway. It's been super fun. And I personally want to thank Air Miles because I've just had such a great time. And I can't think of two better people to spend this last hour with than the two of you, Tara Sloan and Kaza. And I love that Dolly Parton duet. So that was pretty awesome.
Well, you guys both rock.
My wife is yelling at Whitney Houston, but we all know that Dolly Parton wrote the song, right?
She
Yep.
did.
There you go. All right. Happy holidays to everyone, to all the collectors who've been watching and sending in fantastic comments. I hope we'll see you again sometime very soon. Peace out, everybody.
Night, everybody.